Hello everyone, how are you? I'm popping in today to share a few updates and to show you one last yarn haul for the year. I promise there will be no more. This one was a necessity, that's what they all say. Hello everyone, I just want to share with you what I've been up to over the last week or so. I've got a lot of finishes, which is a really good feeling. So that then clears my plate for other things to come on in. Let me start with that dreaded Universe in Bloom crochet along. Now, I was so looking forward to doing this. I absolutely loved the pattern, but it was a huge amount of work each week. And then once I made mistakes on this section, I had to throw the towel in. I was done. I just could not go any further. Don't have the capacity in me to pull undone 2 of these garden beds and redo them. So that one's okay. I'll show you here. Look how this one's low and it should actually be up here. Well, that's my error. I thought I was following Deirdre to the T. I thought I was being so diligent because I used her video tutorial to do these, yet I still made mistakes. I was a tired girl to start with. See these ones? They're too low as well. I'll find one that's correct. So this one's correct. This project is going away in my cupboard down in the depths because I don't want to see it. I'm still a bit upset about it, can you tell? It's going to be the sort of project that I'll pull out one day when I break a leg or I have surgery and I need to recuperate for weeks on the lounge. One of those projects where there is a lot of spare time and mental space, because doing these is a huge effort on its own. So to undo 2 now and do them and try and catch up is just beyond me. So I'm sorry, you beautiful Universe in Bloom. It's not a happening thing. I have finished up a very large yarn order that I've been dyeing. Actually, after my last yarn sale, I had 5 commission orders. 4 of them were quite small, but they added up to 22 skeins. One of them is large and it in itself added up to 22 skeins, but all in all I had dyed up over 60 skeins trying to get the colours just as they need to be. Because I only make one off yarn colours, I don't have recipes, I don't write them down. That's just not the way I roll. I love letting my creativity just flow, and when I'm in the zone I just go with it. And fortunately, you all love my yarn enough to buy it. So when people come back and say, can you please make me, it takes me quite a lot of attempts at making the yarn just how they want it. So it takes time. And then I make lots of extras, and that's okay because it goes into the next yarn sale as well. So I'll just show you a few of what I've recently finished. I've bought out these blues because blue, it seems to me, is the most popular colour. It's always the colour that is snapped up first. Now that looks like a bit of a dog's breakfast, but trust me, it isn't. I have a way of dyeing yarn in that I don't like doing it so that it will create blocks. I like to spread the colours, the patterns, the speckles, mostly across most of the skeins. How do I explain that? I've got one set here where you will see this is done in 3 separate blocks. All right, you've got a yellow, an orange and a red, and they really aren't mixed very much. This one is done in separate blocks as well. So you'll see here's the yellow, here's the blue, here's the red, and so on. whereas normally I try to spread the colours and the speckles across the whole skein, which doesn't always make for the most beautiful skein to look at. But when the girls work it up, it just means it doesn't have blocks of colour. Okay, so that's how I like to dye my yarn. If everyone would like me to do it in more blocky colours, for want of a better explanation just at the very moment in time, I will, of course. But the way I like yarn to be is to have the colour and the patterns spread over most of it. So these are 4 skeins that I've made to go together. That's a nice blue tonal. That one's a solid colour. And these 2 are done more in blocky colours. But this is what was requested, so I'm hoping my customer will love this because I think it looks really great. Especially this one. I think it just tops it off nicely. So that's some more. Here is a sock yarn gradient from light to dark. I really love that one, particularly this centre skein. I'm happy with the result. I feel like I got that one nearly to the T. And I'll show you some yarn that I dyed up with that Leave No Dye Behind. It started off with this, then I added a little bit more of a very dark grey, then I added a bit more of that very dark grey. So you get a very subtle gradient, and I absolutely love it. I might even keep this one for myself yet. I'll think about that. I'm a bit tired of working in sock yarn, but you know, that won't be forever. So I finished all my commissions. They haven't all been sent out yet, but that will happen next week, and that will be a really good feeling. It's been a lot of work in the background. Now, I don't know if you remember, I had a yarn haul recently from Love Crafts, and I bought a green thinking it was a little bit more towards a grass green. It wasn't the actual grass green, it was just called green. And it looks completely different from here to what it does on the camera as well. So, because I really didn't like it, and I really couldn't find something else to make with it, I thought I'll pop it on Marketplace and see how I go. 4 of them sold. The lady's coming to pick them up tomorrow, so I put $4 on those because they're brand new. I haven't figured out how much they really cost me to get here, but I don't care. I want it to go to a good home where it'll be loved and used. Now, I recently finished the last 2 squares for our 2025 sampler blanket. How good is that? As we were going through the year, I was thinking of the number 49 because I was making 7x7 blanket and could not understand how I was ever going to make it here, but I did. And I'm so happy with the end result. These are the final 2. Now, I say final 2 in that this is number 49 and I did an extra, because there is one square in particular that I really want to leave out of the blanket. I just don't like it. It doesn't look good. And it is it the waistcoat stitch? The one that's meant to look like knitting? So it's getting the flick and the zigzag's going to go in replacement. I'm curious to see if my other ladies who have been following along with this project all year will do the same thing, although their work might look a whole lot nicer than mine. They're over on Instagram, and there's 3 in particular who have made these squares in the most gorgeous yarn and the most gorgeous colours. I so regret using the blues. Anyway, lesson learnt. I've got a lesson there for my New Year's resolution. You'll just have to wait and see. So when they finish their blankets, I'll grab a photo and pop it up on here because I don't know if they are subscribers to my YouTube channel, but I would really love you all to see what they have made. It is gorgeous. It's breathtaking, actually. So I'm so impressed and so thankful that they've been on this little journey with me for this whole year. Now, you might know that I have a brand new little granddaughter. She's about 4 weeks old now, and her mum, which is our youngest child, and she's our second daughter, wanted her to have a lovely cotton blanket. So, of course, we went straight to the Bendigo Woolen Mill website. Let me make some room here and I'll get back to you. Just before I start this, have any of you been watching The Game of Wool? It's called Britain's Best Knitter. It's a TV show, a competition where 10 people make individual items and group challenges, and each week someone gets casted off. I love that. And then the first fellow to get casted off has started his own YouTube channel, of course, and he has talked about his project and what he knits, how he knits, his experience on the show. It's really great. So I've found it on here to watch because I don't know what Channel 4 is in Britain. Let me tell you, and I'll write it up, the YouTube channel is called Tera Kerry, Terakerry. I don't know how she's done it, but she's copied it somehow and she's popped it up for us all to see, which I really appreciate because I don't know where else we would have watched it. There's been 2 weeks so far, so at the end of this week it'll be week number 3, and it's a really great show. You need to get on, and then I'll probably follow each person that gets casted off the show just like I have with the first one. Now let's get into this package and see what we've got. Honestly, I can't remember the colours that I ordered. I ordered what Isabel wants, plus a few others, just because I wanted to experience their colours. All right, we've got a green, and it's a really nice green. Canopy, that's called. So that's Izzy's choice. French Vanilla Crush, that's lovely. Peach Smoothie Crush, nice. Some cream, because she wants the blanket to be joined and bordered in cream. Oh, wow, look at this one. Pink Lavender Crush, that's beautiful. Where are we going with these colours, you guys? More cream. Navy. Did I order navy? Did I really? Maybe I did. But what's here is Apple Pie Crush. Isn't that gorgeous? Hang on a tick, we've got a drop bag. Okay, so I've got another pink lavender. I have, that's not French Navy. The navy colour is called French Navy. That belongs there. And this one is Mandarin Crush. So we've really gone well on the Crush brand of colours. Smoky blue. Oh, okay. I've obviously bought these two to go with other colours that I've got in the same 8-ply cotton that are sitting there because they didn't quite go together. Another green because I think we'll need 2 of them. Mandarin. And, oh, I love this. Savannah Crush. I think I bought that one for me That one's not for the baby blanket. So now I need to go back to my daughter and say, tell me again which ones of these we're using and in which order. That doesn't look as good as I thought it might. Oh, gee. I think something like that looks gorgeous. So I'll have to check up on with Isabel and see what I'm meant to be doing. Now, having all these colours here, does it make you think of a particular pattern that I may be doing? I'm thinking that might be what she wanted, with the green in the centre and the cream. I still have to check. Anyway, she wants a particular pattern. I've never made this pattern in my life, and just about every YouTuber has this pattern on their channel. So have a little think. What would you make with these kind of colours out of cotton yarn that just about every person in the crochet world has already made, except me? Not for any reason. It was just that I didn't need to, and I kind of avoid what everyone does. I go against the grain a little bit in that way, but Isabel wants this, so Isabel will get it, and it will look really pretty too. All right, I need to go and start getting packing. I will see you tomorrow here when I pop up a little tutorial, and between now and then, I hope you have some very happy crochet time. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.